What's up, everybody? How the heck are ya? Oh, man. Life has been rough. It has been rough on my side. Oh, man. Just get my ass kicked up in here. Woo! Been sick. Kids been sick. No time, no sleep. Bummer. Well, how are you guys? I'm on vacation this week, though. But the fun part about vacation with children is it's not really vacation at all, actually. So that's cool. Yeah. Well, how the heck are you guys? We got good stuff to talk about tonight. You know, 2 weeks of back information from me, and then sorry, I'm messing with my mic here. Charting the outcomes in the match. That happened. That got released yesterday? Maybe 2 days ago. This week, in any event. So, for those of you who don't know what it is, charting outcomes in the match is something that's released every other year. Even years. And, basically it does exactly what it says. Is they, the NRMP, National Residency Match Program? I think is what that stands for, documents and tabulates all of the statistics behind people who match. And the short version of the story, it is not good. It is not good for anyone, and it's kind of borderline scary, actually. So cool, good news for all of you who are currently involved in medical education. It's gonna be great. It's gonna totally be great. Yeah, so, I'm here. I've, like I said, a couple weeks ago, I was sick, man. I rarely ever get sick. Like, hardly ever, at all. Usually it's like my whole family gets sick and I'm the only one who doesn't. But I got laid the hell out. Fever, chills, body aches, you know, fatigue, you name it, man. I was down for the count. Thank God my wife knows how to start an IV. She did. There was only one day that I was feeling nauseated, and I was like, dude, I can't keep up with the fluid intake if I feel this way. So she gave me an IV, and I just pumped a bunch of fluids and drugs in me, and I felt way better. But I felt crappy for 5 days, 6 days. And I've taken a nice gift with me, though. And that is the myalgias. I've never had persistent myalgias after being sick before. But here I am, old age introduction number 1, I guess. Like, to my shoulder, my right shoulder is like so sore that I basically can't move it like forward. It feels like it like catches or something. It's very strange. I've never had this before. Like, if I can move it passively without a problem. So what I've figured out is that I can, like, bend over to rotate my shoulder passively and get it past that, like, catch point, and then I'm okay. Like, how ghetto is that? So hopefully, you know, I've been reading about it, because I know nothing about how to take care of that problem. And, basically everything says just, like, stretch it, you know, Tylenol, ibuprofen, that goes away. So, hopefully, it will go away after doing those things. Oh my god, there's Breach here. Die, shit! Oh, I didn't kill him. Terrible. I didn't notice it till the very end. So yeah, I've been dealing with that all day. And let me tell you, being down an arm with a toddler is not great. I've had to figure out quite a few workarounds. But we're making it. We're making it. Reaching, why is that's weird. We are making it. Like, it doesn't hurt at all if I'm just, like, chilling, but my muscles are just, like, stiff. Like, right now, I kind of got myself in a comfortable position, and I am looking to cruise for the next while. Thank goodness for that. So in other news, this character's pretty awesome. I sort of got away from my original intent of doing, like, crit bleed, because that was not a very viable League start. And yes, this is still my League start character. I haven't gotten to play, like, very much at all. The last couple days I've put in a little more time, just because I've had, like, my wife's taken my daughter, my toddler, to various events, and, like, you know, I've had a little bit extra free time. My son's back in school and all that sort of stuff, so I've had a little extra time this week in particular, like, since the weekend. But yeah, definitely still just trying to kind of get my feet under me, get some cash, you know, some in-game currency and whatnot. But yeah, this is going really well. Super durable character with not a whole lot of investment. It's fun to play. Clears pretty good with the shield charge. Right now I'm just farming up some harvest to hopefully fund my next character, which I think, as of right now, is going to be a Decay Occultist. And when the time comes, we will absolutely talk about how that works. Because it is a very funky build with some weird-ass mechanics going on. But it's a lot of fun. It's a really good build. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do about survivability, because that's going to be the problem. But yeah, build here is going great. Happy with harvest. Damage output's pretty low on this, but it's very safe. I don't really ever feel like I'm gonna die. Like, oh, deflecting mist. Let's see what I get from that. It's always some crazy nonsense. I don't know how to, like, itemize this. One copy may be kept, and the other must be returned to the mist. So we got minus 36 mana, minus 52 cold res. Yeah, I'd say it's safe to say that both of those are trash. Let's see what a ring. Yeah, that's garbage. Alright, cool. Moving on. So I do not want to go in there just yet. So the strategy here is go through the whole map. Kill all the Eldritch dudes, because chances that they give me some extra quantity, which does affect harvest, is pretty high. So do that, and the harvest is the last thing that I do. So I'll go into the Sacred Grove last of all. And I've been killing the boss just because I like getting the extra gold and maps and stuff with the boss drops. Alright, well, I guess I've cleared this appropriately. Here's my Rochafon. Oh. Oh, come on. No altars in here. No altars in the whole map. That sucks. Just run around waiting for the boss to spawn. I guess once I'm, like, a little more powerful and the wait for the boss to spawn is a much higher percentage of, like, the time I actually spend in the map, this will not be worthwhile, but for right now, it is, I think. Off I go. Alright, harvest time. I'm doing crop rotation too, so it's a little bit of a like mini game each time you come in here. So let's see. Guess the play here, since there's only 3 plots, is purple, then blue, the blue up there, and then whichever yellow one is best. Ooh, I got the... Okay. That plot stuck around, that's nice. Sweet. Ouch. Ouch. So that just means I get an extra upgrade for the yellow ones. And in case you're unaware, the yellow juice is like by far the most valuable. Ow! What a jerk. Okay. Let's see what's going on over here. Got a couple upgrades there. Did not get one there though. Okay, so now I have a choice. Do I sacrifice these 2 guys, which are kind of like the money makers, to try to upgrade this one specifically? Probably so. I think I probably do. We'll see. Let's see if that gamble pays off. So if I get more than 2 extra... Oh shit, oh shit. Wow, that's a lot of... Maybe the extra is lightning. Huh. Okay, well, I guess that was not worth it in the end, huh? But this one upgraded a lot, jeez. Okay, that's actually the one we're gonna go with. Oh, and the plot stayed. Lucky. Alright, I'm gonna get through this, and then we'll talk about charting outcomes. Because that shit's ridiculous. I don't know that I really want to do a deep dive specifically, but if you guys have strong feelings about any particular aspect of it, let me know, and we'll go through it. This is something I'm actually pretty interested in. Yeah, well. Oh, ouch. Ah, get out of there. There we go. So as of right now, basically 35 of this vivid crystallized life force is a chaos. So that's a lot of currency for, as far as I'm concerned. I don't have a lot of currency. So what we've got on the ground here is probably like 20C or something, maybe more. Not too bad, considering I got that other plot too. All right, well that map's done. That was actually a pretty bad map in terms of return, but still not too bad. So like I said, every 35, so that's 40-ish chaos or so back, and I spent, I think, like 15 on the map itself. 18% strength. Alright. Into the saved item, might use you later tab you go. In one of these days, I will have the upgrade to my town that lets me disenchant uniques. So I'm keeping all the uniques that I find. Or most of them, at least. Alright. The moment you've all been waiting for, I think, is, let's see, what's a good way to... Oh yeah, I think Gucci posted the, like, screenshots at least of the charting outcomes here. We'll, open that up and make it bigger somehow. I have limited use of my right hand because my shoulder's so bum. Sucks. There we go. Alright. So, what should immediately stand out to everybody is that, so emergency medicine continues to massively struggle, right? Everything that has like a near 100% match rate, that's not great. Pediatrics. Nobody wants to go into pediatrics, because it sucks. Radonc is kind of interesting. There's some talk that radiation oncology is sort of a dying field, and it's also very, very heavily academic. So, I think the people who are interested in that are, like, very interested in it. And it's a small community, so that would probably explain why that's, so successful. You know, like, the ones interested are a select few and are well-known quantities. So they all match, basically. Yeah, so you've got a bunch of, like, primary care stuff. Child neurology, I didn't realize that that was, like, a big enough thing in the match to garner a spot on this graph, but anyway. So, you know, you have your sort of usual suspects as the most competitive things. So dermatology, neurosurgery, ortho, all super competitive. And what you really have to remember when looking at this graph is that this doesn't necessarily mean that, like, 73% of people who, of med students... Okay, let's put this a different way. If all med students decided to apply to orthopedic surgery, like if you just took a random sampling of med students, this number would not be this high, right? Because this is after a lot of self-selection. So this is 73% of, you know, people who fancied themselves qualified for, like, one of the most exclusive and competitive specialties. Well, hello, Matt. How are you? Can you believe I'm live tonight? It's crazy. Who does that? Who does that anymore? So yeah, plastic surgery, same thing. All of these things, there's, like, heavy self-selection going on, and it's still this competitive. What's kind of troubling? I'm here. I exist. Congratulations. Well, it sounds like you got some kudos on your current rotation, though, man. Good for you. That's a good place to be. It's a good time for it, too. The timing is expertly done. Yeah, so keeping in mind that there's self-selection going on here, the fact that these numbers sort of keep declining from year to year, for what traditionally were sort of like mid-grade specialties, which would be radiology, anesthesia, interventional radiology, some of the, like, surgical subspecialties, stuff like that. They're kind of like, you know, upper middle of the road. These are now, like, getting super competitive. And that sucks. Like, the short version of the story is that's really bad for anybody who's not interested in primary care. So, like, if you want to go do primary care or emergency medicine is still, like, overrun by venture capital trying to, like, basically dilute the market, and they have successfully done so, unfortunately. But that's why emergency medicine has sort of fallen out of favor and is really easy to match. But yeah, if you're not interested in primary care, like, these numbers look awful. I mean, can you imagine going through med school and you're like, I'm gonna get qualified to do anesthesia, which now is, like, super competitive, and even if you're in the hunt, you have a 15% chance of not being able to do that. I mean, 1 in 6, 1 in 7, that's crazy, and you've put in the same work as everybody else. I mean, that's a hell of a gamble, dude. Like, med school costs $300,000. You didn't realize what the guy was saying until he asked you to email him your CV. Yeah, I mean, I think people realize, like, what's a good way to put this? The people who are in academics for the right reason, realize how much their word means. And so when they see somebody who's worth a shit, they, you know, will take that, like, minimal extra step to help them out. A lot of weird things about some specialties. Anesthesia's becoming weird because some people dual apply. That's interesting. So that used to be the case a lot more frequently when anesthesia was not as competitive. So it was kind of like their fallback plan. They're like, yeah, you know, if I don't get into ortho, I can do anesthesia. That's not so bad. But now I would be very surprised because it's like just as competitive as everything else. So I don't know. This is just like still the case in the DO realm. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you just apply wherever you can go, right? But yeah, I find it very discouraging, like, for people that the odds are so skewed against you in terms of, like, actually choosing your career. I think that super sucks. That just sucks balls. it's really bad, and it's a terrible look for the profession. You know, that, like, there's such a high chance that you're just gonna get forced into a specialty that you don't enjoy or don't want to do. So this is the MD seniors. All of these problems are the case, but just way worse for the DOs. And some of this is, you know, sort of by design, where there are a lot of DO schools that are pretty much solely there to, like, farm primary care folks. But man, look at these numbers. Not the best return on investment if you're trying to do something that isn't primary care. Pediatrics still 99.5%. If they see someone who looks like they can do the job well, it's a benefit to them. Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, all of this stuff, all of the qualifications and research and, like, all of that nonsense just totally goes out the window as far as I'm concerned. Like, when we're hiring somebody, I don't give a fuck what your qualifications are. Like, if you've got a state license, you know, presumably you can do your job. You know, as long as you don't have any people calling us and being like, hey, this guy can't do his job, then it's pretty much fine. You know, like, it's all about whether you get along with the group or not. Like, all of the hoops that you have to jump through are just, like, instantly gone. I mean, if you want to stay in the academic world, then that is not the case. The hoops remain. Like, you've got lectures to do, and research to do, and publications to, you know, get grants for, and all that stuff, which is basically the exact opposite of what I want to do with my career. So if you enjoy furthering the academic pursuit of knowledge, great, good for you. I appreciate you doing it. I will gladly read your research when it comes out. I have zero desire to be a part of that. So I do not do research, and nobody that I work with has any interest whatsoever in doing research, but we do teach DO students. And apparently, we actually had a med student this past year, or past month. And she was a third year, which is kind of weird. So she was a third year DO student locally. It was her first rotation of third year. Which, like, in some ways could be good, but I would say in most ways is real bad. Like, I mean, she did everything that was asked of her, and I felt like she was, you know, she tried and put forth effort and stuff. She didn't have any interest in anesthesia, and that's fine, like, whatever. But, we were like, yeah, if you're going into primary care, just learn how to put an LMA in somebody. No, it was KCUNB, or whatever it's called now, University of Kansas City. But yeah, I mean, she was a very pleasant person, like, did what was expected of her, had like good questions, good thoughts, but she just didn't have any idea what was going on. Like, we had to teach her how to do an H&P and all of the, like, extreme basic things. Like, she didn't know how to use an EMR, patient interviews, all that sort of stuff is like, that's the first time she's done it. And anesthesia is very much like applied science, day in and day out, and it's very fast paced. So that is not a great way to start out, in my opinion. It's like would be much better served being in like family practice or internal medicine or even surgery, really, just so you sort of get a feel for how those things work, like know your way around the hospital and kind of get a little bit acclimated with how the like culture of a hospital works before going to it. And I mean, the operating room is totally different than the rest of the hospital culture-wise. So I mean, that aspect is of limited use, but at least you sort of understand some of the dynamics. And also, she was rotating, like, one of my partners who's a bit of a wingnut, to say the least, was her preceptor. So it was kind of, what is that? Scarabs dropped by slain enemies? Yeah, duplicated. Nah. But he seemed like he did a pretty good job, like, leading her through the basics. So I don't know. I don't know how that went for her, frankly. I don't know if she got out of it what she expected to or what. But I mean, the other problem is that, like, our work hours right now are pretty good, and she just followed that one partner. It's not like she came in every day. She just had his schedule. So when we're on call, you don't show up till 3. And generally at that point, there's only like a couple rooms going. So she would show up and do like, be there while there's like 4 surgeries going on and then just be done. I don't really understand. And then would have the next day off. So I don't really understand what the point of that was. I mean, I think nobody really bothered to like think it through. She's still studying for Comlex. Yeah, she may be, which is great. Like, I hope she used the month for that. Like, used it productively. Because she was busy while she was at work. I mean, 'cause we hustle, dude. Like, private anesthesia is very fast, as I'm sure you're aware. So, she was hustling while she was there. But it's going to be a bit of a culture shock to go and, be expected to be there from 6 to 7 every day and that sort of thing after coming off of our rotation. Man. Frickin' Alter is not treating me well. None of that stuff is useful. But yeah, hopefully she got a little study time, and I forgot what was on this. Duplicated jeweler's sword. Yep. No shit's given. Yeah, I feel like part of it is we just didn't know what we were doing. Because my partner hasn't had any... Like, he was a preceptor a long time ago, I think he said. Like, he hasn't had any... Like, there have been no med students since I've been there. And I've been there over 8 years now, so... it is definitely not a common thing. And nobody really knew what we were getting into. And so I think that's why he was just like, yeah, just follow me. You can be on my schedule. And nobody really thought to be like, dude, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, because she's not going to do anything when you're on call. And we'll basically just have 2 days off. Which I'm sure she didn't object to. But... Oh, I just hurt my shoulder. Fuck. Ah. Ow. Ah, that's very uncomfortable. Yeah, so like I said, my shoulder's just like stiffened up for no discernible reason. Sucks, man. Let's see. Okay. So at least I have 4 plots this time. So I guess I'll just juice with purple all the way through. Figure out which 2 of those yellows does the best and go for that. Ow. Ouch. Again. Whew, getting old, it's a bitch, man. Would not recommend. There we go. Okay. Much better. Oh, it's gonna be a wild stream, guys. Wild stream. Holy shit. So I'm curious what the word about the match is, like, in med school. Like, what's everybody thinking? Because I know, like I said, I know what I think, and what I think is that it's a complete shit show. And I would be freaking terrified if it were me. Okay, 1 Vivid Vulture, so I am confident that I can improve on that with 1 purple plot. Alright, what's up here? What do we got? 4 and 3, huh? Cool. Well, that was worth it. So instead of using the 1 down there, I added 4 to the 1 up here, or 3 to the 1 up here. Much better, much better. This might actually make me money back. Boop, boop, boop. Yep, you guys screw off. Alright. I always feel, I know it's like, there's only a 10% chance for the other plot to not go away, but I always feel ripped off whenever it does. Like, oh, it should have stuck around. Superior Eternal Mana Flask. Okay. Why not? All these need to get put away. Why did I pick up a leather belt? What is that? Garnet bird. That's not too bad. 1438, so that's what, 40 chaos? Yeah, alright. That'll do. Not the best in the world, but it will do.
Well met.
Alright, I need chisels.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Chisel. So it's 1-to-1 basically? Oh, I see. Dog 209. What do I want to do here? To 20 to 23, I guess? Sure. Give me the chisels. Come on. Come on. The lowest order. Give them to me. Give them to me. The dude with 36,000 chisels. God. Alright, here's what I want to do. I'm going to take Cursed with vulnerability, huh? I don't know about all that. Let's change that a couple times. Oop, can't regen. Not gonna do that. Hinder, chain. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to use up all these scarabs. And then we're going to switch tactics, because I think I will have enough money to do so. So things that really surprised me about this. Do I have that up? Yeah. And the previous thing that we were looking at. Like, within these things, scores are up way, way, way high. Across the board. Even for stuff that's, like, not generally competitive. Or not historically competitive. Like, neurology in particular. Like, neurology had much higher scores. And OB, much higher scores for people who are matching. And I don't, I don't really know what that means, given that, you know, you still sort of, I mean, does it mean that, like, everybody's scoring higher? I don't know. Because it sure seems like you still have sort of the same rough scores going into, like, primary cure and stuff. But it is sort of hard to tell, since this is the first... Is this the first year for people who didn't take Step 2 or Step 1 scored? Maybe the second year. Something like that. Anyway, the point is, we don't have a whole lot of data on matches where Step 1 isn't the main thing. So I'm curious how that affects things down the line. And I wonder if people... Milker! Hey, what's up? What's up, Bon? How are you, man? Good to see you, as always. Been playing any Path of Exile this league? You and your 2-button builds? This is a good league for multi-buttons with all the return of slams. Nope. Oh my goodness. So much shit going on. There we go. Alright. No PoE this year? Okay. Well, this is a great league. If you feel like dipping your toes in, this one's a fun one. I have, as I was sort of lamenting earlier, I haven't gotten to spend as much time playing it as I would like, but I have definitely enjoyed it. Building up your hype meter for PoE too. It's gonna be a banger, man. I think they're gonna do a really good job. It's gonna be way slower though. It'll be a much different game, but it's still gonna instantly kill PoE. I mean, it will absolutely eliminate Path of Exile. Wipe it from the map. Now that may equilibrate a little bit depending on how different it is. Like if people just sort of want the zoom multi-explode gameplay that Path of Exile offers, and like all of this crazy nonsense visual clutter bullshit that's going on. Some people find that really appealing. This isn't even a fast character. At least it won't break your wrist. True. True. But yeah, I think if they're like polar opposites, then some people will gravitate back towards Batman Exile. But we'll see. See how it goes. I think PoE 2 is going to be really good. Toxified with Monster Hunter slow hits. Barret present. Oh, I have beasts in here? I think this is literally the first time beasts have rolled in my map. No wonder I didn't recognize that. Alright. Oh man. That's a lot of minus resistance. Jesus. Okay. I'll do that at the very end. Run back and get that altar. And hope that I can survive Harvest with a shitload of negative resistance. Ooh, here we go. Let's see. Jeweler's Orb. Nope. Not useful to me. Really, the only thing that I want is subreddits filled with mirrors. Yeah. Of course. Did they increase the drop rate? I don't think so, but there's part of the league mechanic is very target farmable specifically for currency. So it's pretty easy to, I mean, it's never easy to get a mirror, but ooh, excuse me. But there's a lot of access to currency this league. Randomly got a call from one of your friends. How dare you prioritize your friends over my stream that only happens once every like 2 to 3 weeks now? I'm so offended. Well, hopefully your friend as well. You'll do that 9 out of 10 times. It's hilarious. Would not recommend. Would not recommend that. Ah! Get me out of there. He's secretly been 11 out of 10. That's the real answer. It is fun. I enjoy streaming as always. It's a nice way to just kind of disconnect with life. But yeah, I've been too tired or just like feeling too shitty. Good to be here. Oh, I started watching the Fallout series, man. That is such a good show. Jesus Christ, it's so good. I'm loving it. It's very faithful to the game. Like I feel like they captured the atmosphere and like the sort of the grittiness yet sort of weird, chintzy, dark humor at the same time. Like they just nailed all of it. Took a research rotation and is pissed that they're not including her in the authorship. Of course they're not. Why would they include the med student? So that's another thing that I kind of wanted to point out about the charting outcomes. I've forgotten the number, but I looked at the, like, that's something that I can't keep an eye on because I think requiring research for med school or residency is just ridiculous. I think that's an absolutely stupid thing to require for people. I think it's great to have it available as an option, and I think there needs to be a lot of education centered around how to, you know, read and interpret research. Those things are important. But to actually do research, I think is, like, as a requirement, is worse than useless. Like, I think it takes away time from clinical training. Like, if you choose to do research, then that's what your 4th year's for. Or you can do a PhD. You know, you can do an MD PhD and get all the research that you could possibly want. But otherwise, like, study. Do your rotations. Don't waste time on that shit. Because if you have no interest in research, why do you have to spend so much time doing it? Forgot my community is smart people. Well, sometimes. Oh, cool. Got another gift card. I didn't even notice this altar. Sweet, so I did get 2 quantity altars. Nice. Get to help with a review article for a medical device. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not... I mean, if you don't want to do research, then don't do research. Like, that's how it should be, in my opinion. You know, you don't go to a clinical program to get, like, bench research education. I just don't understand it. I really just don't get it. How we gonna do this? Okay, so do I just go purple, blue, blue, and then hit this one? Or do I do blue, blue, purple, and then hit that one? I think that's what I do. Blue, blue, purple, and then hit that one. Yep. Yep. Applying derm and does love research. Yeah. I mean, surely there's gotta be some, like, if you're going to have research as a requirement, there's gotta be some way to sort through the bullshit, because, like, the people applying with, like, 20 plus publications, I mean, you know that those are all trash. They're all fucking trash. Like, maybe one of them is decent. You know, like, perhaps they're, like, poster presentations and stuff that all sort of, like, led up to this, like, one decent project. But, like, what a waste of time to have to consider that. Like, if that were me reading these people's applications, I'd just be like, why did you put this on here? You know, give me the one useful, like, meaningful experience that you had. Why do I have all this trash in my inventory? Alright. Zones of nostalgia and your eyes glazed over. Yeah, exactly. I mean, all of these things are just so hardcore academic that anybody who's not wanting to do that professionally just doesn't give a shit. Like, when was the last time I used histology? Probably fucking, like, 3rd year of med school. Or 4th year, I guess, when I took step 2. That's the last time I ever saw that. Oh, goodness. Hello. So I got that guy. I got the spiffy dude. What's over here? Ooh, 5. My. Okay. Let's go take advantage of this. Naharim. Yeah, I think that's a... So here's the thing. I will try to be as objective as I can, but this is mostly like an opinion thing, unfortunately. So I think that the artificial requirements that we have put in place to get to and through med school and residency are excluding a lot of, like, the best and the brightest. I think the sort of, like, artificial difficulty is discouraging a lot of people who would otherwise want to do medicine as a profession. So, like, for getting into med school, for example, like, people who don't have volunteer experience, like, extensive volunteer experience, are, you know, they're at a disadvantage, right? My volunteerism experience informed exactly 0 of my decision whether or not to do medicine. That is to say, it is functionally worthless and does not do what it's supposed to do. So it's a waste of time for everyone. In terms, like, volunteerism obviously is great, but, like, as a way to inform your med school candidacy, like, Nah, man. Like, you're kidding yourself if you think that that's a useful thing to do. You don't understand people who enjoy research? Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it either, but, like, I understand that there are people who like it. And that's fine, but I don't think it should be a requirement. Like, I enjoy anesthesia. Should everybody be required to do an anesthesia rotation? No. Like, what's the difference? Anesthesia is very important. It's applied physiology, and I would argue that most people who, you know, practice medicine in a clinic, which is basically everybody but pathology, would probably save someone's life during their career, knowing how to put an LMA in somebody and knowing how to, like, appropriately backmask someone. So is saving somebody's life important? Sure. Like, is knowing how to read research important? Sure. But why would that be a requirement? I don't know. I don't get it. Wait, why is it saying this is not completed? I don't understand. Is there a little shit running around out here somewhere? Oh, there he is.
Energy spent.
There we go. Artificially raising the perception of specialty? Yeah, maybe so. But, I mean, that's not a good thing, in my opinion, because there are plenty of people who are super smart, like I was saying, and you're sort of inducing a brain drain. It's like, again, those projects are not quality. They're not furthering the specialty. They're not adding to the knowledge, you know, for the most part. It's not constructive. It's just they're checking boxes. It's just these, like, trash presentations that mean nothing because you have to, you know, it's a requirement. So much research in dermis cosmetics. Yeah, and that's another great example, right? Like, that thing, like, cosmesis is important. You know, there's an argument to be made that, like, quality of life is, you know, important to healthcare. But, you know, like, it just really is not important to being a clinician. And as long as you have all of these different random ass requirements, there are going to be more and more people who just are like, nah, you know what, I'm going to do something else. And don't even give medicine a chance because they don't want to do all the shit that's required of them. And I blame them zero. That's pretty good. Yep, 1 chaos. 1 C item, of course. I just think it's super unwise. Huh, that's cool. It's a neat item. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just counterproductive. Fire, lightning, claw attacks. Huh. Yeah, see if somebody give me 5 chaos for that. What about this? Oh. That is quite good. Yeah, maybe not as good as I thought. Should be research heavy because they globally increase quality and length of life. I mean, like, I'm not saying that there's no place for research. There is. I just don't think that that should be required. Like, people should have exposure to it. You should, you know, again, you should have classes on reading research and how to interpret stuff and, like, figure out if it's a good study or not and all of those sorts of things. That's important. But to actually do research yourself, I think, is a huge waste of time if you're not interested in it. Like, that's time that you could have spent learning about your specialty, or studying for something, or just relaxing, you know, doing nothing. Like, there's a lot to be said for brain drain. Where does this go? Yep. Specialties that are very research heavy are stupid. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't disagree. Okay, LE weakness. Oh man, with Fizz is cold. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, but I think we're on a dangerous path here, where you know, these de facto requirements keep stacking and stacking and stacking, and then it gets harder and harder for people to do the specialty that they actually want to do. You know, why are people who are educated on this situation, which unfortunately is like not a huge percentage of people, honestly, who go into medicine. Like, I had no idea what was going to be required of me. I had no clue. I just came in and worked hard, and it happened to work out for me. Like, I had no clue. I had no idea what, like, getting into residency took. I had no idea, you know, if anesthesia was competitive. I didn't know what you know, most people don't know what specialty they want to do. Like, I thought anesthesia was cool, and I figured, I was like, yeah, no, I could do that. I could do that for a living. But I had no idea what, you know, research, or I didn't even know what research was. I didn't know that, like, people did research until, like, I got into it, you know? So, like, my point is that a lot of people have no idea what they're getting into. And that sucks. But the ones who are educated are going to have a really tough decision to make, where they're like, well, you know, I'm smart, I'm successful, I'm probably going to be, you know, doing just fine in any career that I choose. Why exactly would I choose this one? What is my motivation to do all of this extra stuff just to qualify for a job that I might not get? You know? Like, because at least if you're in the corporate sector, that job that you might not get is, you know, like, you just apply again. There's a ton of other places that offer similar jobs. You don't have to, and it's not yearly. You know, you're like, okay, well, I didn't get that job. I'll just apply for something similar somewhere else, get some experience, and then work my way back around to it. Right, med school is not that way. Like, each time you fail, that's like a strike against you, basically. Yeah, and so you know, the harder and harder that it gets, the more these people who are educated about the process are gonna say, no, I don't want to do that. And I will tell people that. You know, anybody who asks my advice, I will say, dude, don't go into medicine. Like, you're qualified for this, you can do way better somewhere else and still have a satisfying career. You get a job when you're like 25 instead of 30. You know, you will, I mean, you're just gonna have a better career path. You don't have to worry about getting, like, shoehorned into something that you don't want to do. I mean, that's another thing is, like, you know, medicine is great for job security, right? Like, you're basically guaranteed a 6-figure income, and, like, it's pretty hard to get fired. Layoffs are, you know, I mean, they exist, but that's pretty uncommon in the medical world. Just because you're harder replaced. But by the same token, you know, you can just go get a different job. Oh crap! Almost. That was chilled ground, lasting undead. Yeah, cool. Match is a major contributor to that problem. Yes, agree. I think the match has outlived its usefulness, for sure. So, just a quick review. So, anybody who's watching this who doesn't know what the match is. So, it's 275 on step 2, doesn't want to do residency. Jesus Christ. So the match. The quick and dirty version of the match is, so you, in med school, you pick a specialty. You apply to that specialty. You interview at places, you apply to, like, hospitals that offer that training in that specialty. They interview you. You rank all of the places that you interviewed at, and they rank all the people they interviewed, and you feed those things into an algorithm, those lists into an algorithm, and that algorithm tells you where you go. And it's a binding contract. So you can't say, well, I don't want to go to that hospital. I mean, well, you can say that, but you void your contract. So you don't get to choose somewhere else. So, like, you either go where you're told, or you don't go. And that sucks. That is total bullshit. And this is a remnant of, I believe, the late 50s, when everybody just sort of, like, individually hunted for jobs, just like anybody else, coming out of med school. And they, like, sought their own training and that sort of thing, and it apparently was a huge shit show. But now that we're in the digital age, and everything happens instantly, and you can contact people very easily, the need for a centralized service like that is very minimal, in my opinion. Like, you can conduct these interviews very quickly, like, via Zoom, which is kind of what happens anyway, and get an idea for these candidates, and, if they're impressive, you offer them a job. They, like, the funds are already there, it's federally funded via Medicare. You just say, hey, yeah, cool, we'll get back with you, we have these other people to interview. You just do, like, a rolling applications thing, and you do it till you're full. And will you miss out on some good candidates that way? Yeah, maybe. But, and will some applicants miss out on programs that they would have preferred? Also, yes. But it incentivizes both parties to be aggressive to, like, fill spots, which is great. And then, like, at the end, there can just be, like, this central database where there's, running tally of unfilled programs, and then you just look those places up, give them a call, say, hey, I haven't matched into anesthesia. Do you guys still need a resident? And they say, why, yes, Mr. Matt, I sure do. I sure do need a resident. Would you please come interview at our program? Oh, you seem qualified. Here's a contract. And those things would happen much more quickly now, because it's not pen and paper anymore. You can do this transactionally, like, in a matter of minutes. So, like, the match itself is just trash, and it's a moneymaker. I missed all the bullshit between apply and interview. Yeah, this is the non-medical person's redux of the match for sure. Yeah, as a doctor, you lose all ability to negotiate, so you get vastly underpaid for your value. Yeah, 100% true. Yeah, there's more problems than sheerly being an outdated system. It's like systematically keeping training physicians down is really what it is. So yeah, it's a little bit more nefarious than inconvenient. It's a way to keep, training physicians down. Because really, a senior resident is worth way, way, way more than they're paid. Way more than they're paid. So, yeah, unfortunately, the entities with all the money have no motivation whatsoever to change things, as is always the case with stuff that sucks. Because the NRMP, NRMP gets all the application money for doing nothing. Like, it's all an electronic, centralized service, so you just, like, point and click and upload all your shit, and it just sends out electronically. It takes them nothing but server maintenance to do that. So they just make a shitload of money just because they feel like it. And then the programs don't want to pay people $200,000, you know, to be their residents. They want to pay them 70, and they can because it's a monopoly, and you have no negotiating power. So residency unions are coming around, but there's a lot of work to be done. Before Match, people were getting job offers before they graduated. It was predatory. And rural programs didn't get anything. Yeah, I agree. But now that everything's like, yeah, it was a good change at the time, but it's no longer a good thing. Alright. Away I go. It is a deeply flawed system, to say the least. There's a way to take advantage of medical graduates. Oh, yeah? You know, that's an interesting point. However, from what I understand, it did facilitate people getting training positions. So, like, there was good and bad to it. But now it's just purely predatory. I don't see any upside whatsoever to the match. Like, having a centralized application service is great. So they could still do that. They could still make money off of that and provide that service. But as far as lumping everybody into a match and just being like, whoops, sorry, you didn't get your specialty. You know, at least give the players in the game some agency there. Like, the people who are go-getters are gonna do better. I mean, like, if it's meritocracy we're after here, then why don't we do that? Like, the people who are willing to pound the ground and make phone calls and make connections and stuff will have an advantage in that system. As well they should. Yeah, that's true. But OB doesn't use the match? I didn't know that. I knew ophtho, urology. What are the other ones? There's a couple others that I didn't. ENT. OB's leaving. Huh. Interesting information. Did not know that. But I mean, they still use a match system, which is not great. I mean, it seems like there would be a, it seems like there's a big opportunity for somebody to make an independent matchmaking service, or like application service, and make a whole assload of money and basically just usurp control from the NRMP. Med schools might only match their own students, which changes the whole environment. Well, yeah. But, I mean, that's going to happen no matter what, to be honest. Like, I can think of a couple programs where that's already the case. They just, like, highly, highly, highly favor their own residents, their own students. Sapping. Yay. I love quality altars. They give me so much more harvest juice. Anesthesia and plastics are doing that with Central App? Interesting. I don't know what Central App is. What is that? Supplement, but not replacing your ass. Huh. So it's just like more shit for you to do, basically. I mean, maybe they're just sort of like dipping their toes in a different, you know, non-monopolized, centralized service. Which would be great.
My spirit is spent.
Another place for you to upload your letters, write more essays. Yay, more essays. Everybody loves essays. I don't know who reads those, to be honest. Like, I read them, like literally read them, but unless it's just mind-bendingly terrible or like there's something super unique that like catches my eye, it's all the same, man. It's all the same. And like, I don't think like an academic at all, but I just cannot understand what world would make you want to read more writing prompts. Yeah, I just cannot fathom who would think that that would be a good idea. And why? Your house burned down in college. I mean, that qualifies, I guess. Yeah, if you've got fuel for the fire, why not? I mean, obviously, people don't really want to, like, write more essays, but I'm talking about the people who have to read them. Like, I don't want to read more essays, dude. It sounds terrible. And the chances that I, like, remember yours in particular is close to zero. Like, I gotta review that shit immediately before I interview. Which is probably when I'd be reading it for the first time, to be honest. I am much more interested in who you are as a person. Like, you know, if you seem like a cool dude that I want to work alongside. Because ultimately, residents are the people that you work alongside. Medicine is a very small community, so, you know, if you pump in people who are kind of questionable in terms of personality, then there they are. They're in your community for the next 30 years. And that's, you know, that community is smaller and smaller and smaller as, like, specialties get more competitive. So, I mean, the chance that you would somehow wind up working with that person is relatively high. You know, because people train and they tend to stay where they trained, so there's a decent shot that they're going to be around long term. Granite flask, take that. Where was... oh, what's this? Gift cards. Hey, stop. Where is the Sacred Grove? I do not remember where it was. Not over here. Oh, shit. Just a way to decide if they want to invite someone at all. I mean, I guess. Like, if you, again, if you've got something, like, super cool to say, sure. But most people don't. Let me tell you. Ah, this is trash. The residents do run the hospital. That is absolute truth. We had a day where, man, I've forgotten why, but, like, all the residents were off. The hospital freaking shut down, man. And this was when I was in residency. I can't remember why, but they had to call in, like, freaking everyone to come see patients. All the attendings had to show up. I think it was because there was some, like, it might have been, like, some computer training day. Ah, there it is. God, that was a waste of time. So blue, blue. Or do I want to do purple, purple? We'll do the 2 blues first.
My spirit is spent.
The attending surgeons don't even scrub, really? Wow. Well, that's pretty confident. That is very confident in the people they have working for him. That's cool if you're a resident, though. That's great experience. Ooh, damn. 3 wild bramblebacks. So do I take that one? Oh, it's a bummer because this one's already got 2 on it. What do we got going on over here? Alright, why don't we do that one? I think Cook County would be a great place to train. I think you'd work really hard, but you'd get a ton of experience. 5th year and 3rd year neurosurgery, and the attending just watched. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. A 5th year resident has a lot of experience, though. Have to remember that. Oh, I didn't get it. I thought I might get a boss in there. Okay, well, whatever. Here we go. Do I sacrifice 3 to try to upgrade this one? Yeah, I don't think so. I'll take the given. 1 attending, 4 anesthesia residents. Yeah. That's the good life, man. Have your residents do all your shit. That is an upside of academics is, you know, you don't work very hard. By comparison. Sometimes. Call is way worse. Call at an academic institution is way freaking worse. But there's more people, it's spread out. You know, you don't do it as often as I do. I do call every 8 days, so that is not the case in an academic place. Oh, you little bastard. Come here. Alright. Well, I got my bounty. It's GTFO. Feels very possible you might match, but you don't want to go for several reasons. Bureaucratic shit show, they pay the least in the state. Cool. I interviewed at Cook County, man. I loved it. I loved it because it was a shit show. To be honest with you. Chicago was... I really wanted to go to Chicago somewhere. Let's see, where did I interview? Rush, Cook County. And UIC, Illinois, Chicago. I don't think I applied to Chicago for some reason. Or maybe I didn't get an interview there. I don't think I applied though. Yeah, I mean, at Cook County, you'd do freaking everything, man. You would be good to resuscitate anything that walked through the door. That would be excellent, top quality training, no doubt. Okay, what do I have? Life Force. I have a shitload of that. Okay. Do I want Divines? 1 to 6,700. So Divine Orb is like 180, as I recall. What's 180 Chaos, that is. 6700 divided by 180. 37? Okay. Okay, well that seems favorable. So I can do that how many times? Well, there. That many times. Place order. Yep. Yep, I want that. Ah, I hate this UI, dude. This sucks. Like, I love the currency exchange, but the user interface is dog shit. Okay. There we go. Give me some divines, please. What else did I have? Life Force. This one. Sure. Place the order. Alright. Last but not least. Oh, 10,000. Alright. Chaos it is. CA1s are as good as attendings in many ways. You just want a place that has a medical school and they have the most days off of any hospital in the country. Why is... What? Is that a bad thing? That they have days off? One to 60, okay. Well, that's easy. 160. So I had how much? 100 to 6,000. Sure. Place the order. See what happens. Oh, did I already those already sold? Wow, okay. Now I have 4 divines. That's cool. Lost my train of thought. Happens to the best of us, dude. It's all good. Alright, maps. I still have a lot of Jungle Valley maps. Okay. What do I want to do here? Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to switch my reward here for the bandits.
Humanity has won.
I actually don't know how to do that anymore.
You have made peace. This is our return if you...
I am not.
Let's see here. Bandit Lords. $20 Orb of Regret and an Onyx Amulet. Okay. I can do that. Hey, there's an Onyx Amulet. Look at that. And I think I have 20 Regret Orbs. Boop. Oops. Okay.
Hello.
They get a lot of days off, but you go to medical school because you want to be involved with early academics. I see. Accept. Alright, will this make me negative in any of my resists? No, it will not. Boop. Nice.
It's hard to cast a spell with a blade in your throat, isn't it, Witch?
Skill point me, baby. Alright, so I need one more skill point to get 15% faster bleeding. Nice. Okay. Do I need that? So gear-wise, I guess next step is spell suppression. Yeah, you may not want to be involved with early academics as you get into residency. It's a shitload of work, dude. It is a ton of work. Oh, I do need a timeless jewel. That's probably where I want it, right? Or maybe here. Okay. Let's figure this out. Tree. Find timeless jewel. Cancel. Update ready, you say. Do not save. Your cousin was really good, so Sinai's willing to take anyone in the family? Hey, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, let's try this again. Love teaching basic science. I mean, cool. I hope that sticks around when you're working 70-hour weeks, man, and have to study on top of it. Because the world needs more people like that. Aranos, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you, dude. Cracking that neck. What was I doing? That's what I was doing. Glorious vanity. No. Be lethal pride. Max life. Yeah, no, I know you teach high school now, but dude, residency is way different, man. It's a different animal. Especially for anesthesia, because you've got 2 board exams that you take during, or well, that you have to study for during residency. So, I mean, more power to you if you can pull it off, but yeah. You finished your first block of the year without getting kicked out. Why was today a pain? What was wrong with that? I mean, I feel like business research or like, you know, something similar is very worthwhile. That is a useful thing for you to do. Faster ignite. I like the thought of faster ignite, but that doesn't, I mean, doesn't do for this build, but endurance charge on kill. Yeah, I don't know that that's what I want. Let's see. Why don't we try? Would it be brutal restraint? Yeah. Add life, mini damage. Oh. estimate that if you can bring the bottom 10th percentile's performance up to the median, you could save 13 million a year. Quiz, OMM lab, OSCE at 215. Jeez, that's a lot of hands-on work. Blah. Wait, so bottom 10% of what? And performance in what? Damn. It's your foot in the door for academics because you don't want to do research. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, there's probably a lot of places that would let you get away with that. Just teaching requirements. Ooh, frenzy charge on kill might be a good thing to do. 'Cause that's substantially more damage. Huh. Global crit chance. Blast charges. Ellie ailments. That's not particularly useful. Gain 8 slot. I already have onslaught, right? Yeah. So stun avoid would be fantastic. Why don't we do that? And we'll also get frenzy charge. Filter nodes. Try again. EMS agencies in certain times at hospitals that you can't save. Oh, okay, fair enough. 2 of 5 not doing statistics. Bunch of critics in the stream tonight, man. Alright, let's see here. Can I afford any of these? Oh yeah, I can afford like fucking all of these. Cool. Which ones did I want then? I guess is the question. So 6186, 2135. I'll take that one. Brutal restraint. 40 chaos. Gotta love it. There we go. Time out somebody else. Love it. Oh, sorry, bud. Wasn't paying attention. Thank you. Alright, so access to frenzy charges is a good thing. Currency exchange, I will take that. And that, and that, and that. Refund this passive. Okay, don't need that anymore, obviously. Oh yeah, I guess I need to use a regret orb. Burp. goes well. What else do I have? Movement speed, elemental damage. All right, perfect. And projectile damage. So 2 movement speeds, damage with poison. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, did I totally fucked this up, didn't I? Terrible. Okay, let's try again. So I actually wanted that here, and all said and done. Oh, but I do get more extra stuff there. Oh, and it also tags iron reflexes, which I do not want. Okay, well, I guess I just wasted 40 chaos. Whatever. Okay, back you go for 40C. Oop. Pause the chat. My bad. Liberty University Med School? Does Liberty have... Isn't Liberty like a frickin' like crackpot ultra right-wing religious school? 2-5 bad at streaming? Well, dude, you have to actually stream to be bad at streaming, so... I don't know. Haven't been doing that, so... Not sure I believe you. Alright, let's try to actually find what I need this time. Is that the correct one? Yes. Okay. There we go. Let's try again. Oop. You be quiet. 3-5 must need an excellent point, must be in attendance. Yep. Yep. Let's see, 3621 or 4379. The ones that I want. So you, and you, and you, and you. Go away. Ah, 100. The fuck, man? Let's see what's going on here. $926 works. Okay, 3709. I'm so cheap. Jesus, I'm cheap. Okay. Wait, which one was it? Damn. 3709. Okay, well, there's not one in the first couple, so fuck that. $7286. 7286. Cool. Let's do it. Another 40C. Gonna drop out of med school. Please don't. Please do not in your 4th year. I knew a dude that did that. He dropped out after his 3rd year. He is a brewmaster at Schlafly now, actually. He just hated it. And he was a smart guy. I don't think performance was a problem. It's just he didn't want to do it. So he didn't. Oops. His dad was an anesthesiologist. Okay, movement speed. Alchemist genius? Wow, okay. Max life. Wow, that's actually a pretty good jewel for me. Huh. Okay. Cool, that's a win. Pumps my dex up a fair bit. I have a friend that quit being pre-med his senior year on his last rotation for paramedic school. Okay, well. Now works for Boeing. Well. Sounds like it worked out for him. Did it work out for everyone else, though? I don't know. Looking at your Comlex score, and you scored the equivalent of 245, but finished with 3 hours left over? Jesus. That is a lot. I will give you that. That is a lot. 22% chance to cause bleeding. Oh boy, what do you want? Come here. Have my jewel, please. Whether working for Boeing is a good thing or not is up for debate. I mean, it's a good job, right? I'm sure it pays well. Okay. Well, that was a solid upgrade. What else can I do here that's sort of obvious? Oh, yeah. I need to, use another regret. And... whoops. Sorry. I'm starting soon. Did you know that? There you go. Refund passives. That can go... can that go away? I don't know that I have any other chance to bleed with my shield. Okay, well, just do it. Because I want that. That's a good thing to have. Didn't try on the exam, scored a quartile higher. It's the same quartile the other anesthesia applicants. Yeah, well, I mean, that's good company to keep, I suppose. Alright, now I need to figure out how to get jungle maps with 8 mods. Your Jungle Valley maps with 8 mods. I want maps. Jungle. I want not the tier 11 or 15, but the tier 16. We'll take 10. Step score is 25th percentile overall. Same as your 50th percentile Comlex score. But they're 25th percentile for match. Okay, I see what you mean. Oh, that could be worse. Huh. Just want to do medicine and don't even read research for it? No, you do not. Emergency medicine is quite friendly in the match these days, it sounds like. Huh. What the hell? Oh, I put max of 10 stock. Whoops. Well, that isn't helpful. Yeah, if your step score was too low, they wouldn't be talking to you. Yeah, I agree. Agree with that. Where's the other Path of Exile thing? Am I just like freaking blind? It's not this one. Ah, it's this. Duh. Bulk listings. Connect. Yay. Remember me. I authorize. That's pretty cool. Okay, bulk listings. Maps. This is interesting. I've never used this before. Fenty Wap. Need to submit your soap note before you go to bed. Oh, writing notes at home. Ohio Society of Anesthesia, but you don't want to match in Ohio. Yeah, I probably wouldn't either. I don't think there are any, you know, well-known quality programs there. I know the Toledo program has had its fair share of problems. Not sure how to search individual maps here. It's a clinic in Cleveland. Yeah, but they're not. I mean, it's a well-known program, but it's not. I've heard that it's not good. Like, it's just sort of academic cancer kind of stuff. Alright, maybe we'll try this a different way. That is cool. That other site is awesome, though. Okay, clear this. Jungle Valley. Map. Let's see, map tier 16. Increase quantity? Sure, we'll just do 100. How about that? Black Bex. Bex used to be the community, like coordinator, I guess. And is very much not black. Damn, these are brutal maps. Here, I have to get rid of all the stuff that I can't do. Need to go to bed. See you later. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Trying to buy these things in bulk. Seeing how that goes. I'm going to copy that. Boop. Let's see if this actually works. Yeah, it'd be awesome if I could get away with just freaking trading for these. Save so much money. Jesus. Can't be leech ram, can't be stunned. Yeah, I don't think any of that's really a problem for me, honestly. It's a hell of a deal because the map is like 3C by itself, and rolling him takes way more currency than this is. Jeez. Well, maybe I should go back to the, No, that's not what I wanted. That needs to go away. What? Where was that? Oh, that was in Discord, right? No. My Nordstrom account can go away. Last Epoch can go away. Oh, Blight Ravage Maps. I forgot about that. Interesting. Oh, it's over here. Guess I don't really understand how this works. I have to figure that out. Alright, well I think that's probably about enough for me tonight. I'm gonna go nurse my ailing shoulder. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a great night. Hopefully you enjoyed talking about residency and all that stuff. I will try to be back on Sunday, but we'll see. Things are very dicey these days. So take it easy. Have a great night. I will see you very soon, I hope.